What is up, my YouTube peeps, and welcome to the channel. And it is I, Tiana. So I just want to welcome you guys to my channel and thank you all for being here. And so, as you guys can see by the title, it's a story time. Alright, so this is going to be my story about the first time that I got high. So, let me take y'all way back in the days. When I was 15 years old. And we can also turn this into a trivia as well. So I want y'all to comment down below how old y'all think I am now. Okay, so let me take y'all back to when I was 15. So I'm just over at my friend's house. It's 3 of my other girlfriends there. And we just all just kicking it, hanging out, having a good old time, enjoying each other's company, listening to music, just talking, you know, being girls. So my friend had invited over these guys. So let me just get into character for y'all. What's up, Ma? Yeah, so they came in with the snapbacks and the tattoos. You know, they had theirs to the front, but I like mine better from the back. Anyways, so we all just hanging out, like I said, chilling, kicking it, you know, listening to music and all that good stuff. So one of the guys, you know, he just decided to roll up. Yeah, so the one friend, he just started rolling up a blunt. So out of curiosity, you know, I'm just looking. And so, you know, once he sparked it, I asked, like, can I hit your blunt? So he's like, yeah. You know, so he passed it to me. You know, I take like 2 or 3 puffs of it. And when I say, because I actually tried cigarettes before prior to this. So I figured it was going to be just like smoking cigarettes, you know. So after I hit that, it was not like I expected. It was absolutely nothing like smoking a cigarette. But after I hit that, maybe about, because, you know, I was still sitting there. I was cool. 5 minutes later, it was blast off. Like, I was gone. Like, I don't know where the heck I was. Like, I was not here on planet Earth no more. Like, I went to, like, a totally different dimension. Like, although my surroundings were still the same. Yeah, like, my surroundings were still the same, but it was just, like, everything was just changed. Like, everything was just so different. Like, the way my body felt, the way it moved, like, the way my hands moved, like, anything. It felt, like, very forced. Like, I was not in control. Like, robotic type movements. Like, it was so weird. It felt like it took everything in me just to, like, stay on top of whatever I was thinking in that moment. Like, if I'm thinking about something, it took everything in me to stay focused on that particular thing. And my mind was all over the place because this was an unusual experience for me. So it was like I was fading in and out. Like, one moment I'm in the dream world, next minute I'm back in reality. And it was just so strange, like the shift between my mind, like back and forth. It was like I was having split moments, like constantly, like for real, like. And I was just like, oh, no, this ain't right. This ain't right. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know, I watch a lot of movies. So I'm like, what do people do when they're in shock? So I'm like, when they're in shock, they try to come back too. So I'm like, the logical thing in this situation is to slap myself. So I'm slapping myself. And I'm just like, come out of this shit. Like, come on. Like, and my friends is just looking at me like, girl, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like, they're like, you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Like, I'm going through something. Like, this is not right. Like, but I was definitely panicking. So I stood up and I started walking back and forth or whatever. They're like, girl, just calm down. Like, you're all right. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm about to die. Like, that's just it. Like, I'm about to die. Like, in this moment, my life is ending. So I need y'all to know it's time. And they just like, calm down, like trying to give me water and stuff. And I'm just like, So I had to eventually go into my own mind and let myself know, like, look, this is the part of the process. Like, you took some weed, like you smoked some weed. So you're high as hell right now. So you're going to have to wait until you come down. And this is pretty much the effects of it. You having a panic attack. And you just got to relax. I just coached myself through it and talked to myself in my mind about it. Like, it's okay, it's okay. I drank the water my friend gave me, and I just sat in the corner and I just chilled. So once they realized that I was calm and I was chilling, they pretty much just was started back doing their own thing and going back to socializing and dancing and whatnot. And I just was over there just looking at everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure I looked like a spaced out alien zombie, somebody just over there doing my own thing. Well, in my own mind. Okay? Because that's exactly what I was, in my own mind. And that's the thing about weed. Because, like, even after that, I became like a low-key pothead for real. Like, I smoked all the time. But I think that's one of the main reasons why I did stop, was because I didn't enjoy being inside of my own mind so much. Like, I do like thinking. I like to come up with creative ideas and stuff. But I don't like the thought of just sitting there thinking about irrelevant things that don't matter. You know what I mean? That's like I go to grab, like somebody come to grab like something simple, like a pair of keys or something. I said pair, like they come to grab the set of keys or something. And I just get to thinking about those keys. Whoever thought of keys? What material is keys made out of? Where they going? When they coming back? And I mean, yeah, I guess those is like, can be deep thoughts. Not. No, those very minuscule shit. And it's just me sitting there thinking about things that don't matter pretty much. But that's just showing you on how low of a scale I would be thinking. Like, I'm not thinking about nothing. And yeah, I just didn't like that. And it was just like, smoking weed just makes me feel very out of control. Like, I'm not in control of anything. Like, I'm mostly not in control of my thoughts. I'm not controlling my body. Like, and even in other times, my mind just pretty much goes where it wants to. It's kind of like when you're in meditation, which meditation is a great thing. You know, I love meditating. I meditate every day. But in meditation, your mind has a tendency to just pretty much play its own movie out for you. Although you may just be sitting there meditating, not trying to think about anything, the images going to pop up into your head anyways. That's kind of, and then it was always a lack of productivity with me. It was like, I would have to smoke it when I literally didn't have nothing to do that day. Like, I didn't have to go to work. I ain't have school or nothing. Like, I was literally about to be chilling. Or when I'm at a party and I'm about to be kicking it. Either way, those are the only two circumstances in which I felt comfortable smoking weed. Because any other time, if I felt like I had something to do, I probably wouldn't do it or wouldn't want to do it. But that's why I made sure, because I knew how the type of mood it put me in. So I always made sure to know that I was going to smoke under those two circumstances. So it's great to hear stories when people tell me like, yeah, girl, I aced that test when I was high as hell. Or I work better when I'm high. And I just be like, you the truth then, because I could never. But, yeah. But I do fully support people who do smoke weed. I think it is a wonderful thing, and it is great, and it's a great healer. It's good for, different things like glaucoma, cataracts, seizures, epilepsy, all that type of stuff. So I'm definitely a weed supporter for sure. It's just not something I do, but I think it's great for the people who do it. But I really appreciate y'all for listening to me and watching my channel. And yeah, go ahead and like this video, subscribe,